Give me that chair.
Yes.
Welcome to the live. If you're already live, please indicate. Just leave a comment so that your name will be coming up. Good evening, Victory. How was the weekend? How was your day? Welcome to the live. As you're coming in, please indicate. Blandine, good evening. Good evening, Victory. Good evening, Blandine. How was the evening? How are you guys preparing for the exams? Yeah, we thank God. It's to prepare well. Oh. This is your last semester and you don't want anything to go wrong. Neither do you want to carry on receipts. Good evening. If you're coming in, good evening. So I just want to encourage you guys as you're coming in, please make sure that you're... Hey, baby, you got a husband. Review East. Hey, sexy. Blood of Jesus. All right. Please, if you're coming in, I said welcome, welcome, welcome to my live. I guess we are going to have a lot of students today. Hello, hello. Please, students, don't be distracted. You are going to see a lot of people coming in. Please don't be distracted. This is because we program the live since morning just so that we are able to meet up with time. So if you're seeing a lot of others, I will keep answering your questions, but this is the live, or this is how it's going to work today. I appreciate the love, I appreciate the greetings, and I see all the messages. I want to say thank you. Please, as you're coming in, take some minutes to take some minutes to subscribe to the video and to like. This video is purposely for the nursing students, and if you feel like joining in, it's going to be a wonderful thing. Just know that every minute you're going to learn a lot. Charity, instead of writing in the class group, please come on live so that we can start. Please, the students indicate so that I know how many students are in class. I have a lot of fan base from Indian, and I say thank you very much. I'm short of words, but thank you. Oh, don't worry. If you get to come to my live often, you're going to know English. So let's learn the language together. I'll teach you English and then you teach me this kind of writing. Is it Swahili or Jamaican or Indian? Don't come here. But it's going to be okay. Please, as you're joining in, don't forget to subscribe. Victory, are you still in class? Blandine, are you in class? Hello, hello, hello. Zian, stop pointing your fingers up. Come to class. I want to see you. Yes, madam. Blandine is still in class. I'm not an English teacher. I'm a nursing teacher. All right, Victory is still in class. I'm having Victory and Blandine in class. Who else is in class, please? Indicate. I cannot start with 2 students. Sorry, I know others are watching, but I have students in class. So don't be offended if I refer to them. But I see all those that are coming in. I see the likes, I see the videos, I see the comments. Vivian is in class, all right? There are 3 students in class. Please, somebody to write Cynthia and tell her I rejected her permission. She should come to class. So if you are joining in my live for the first time, I want to say welcome. Please leave a comment so that I can shout a good evening to you. If you are from India, if you are from China, please, I know that English might be a little bit too much for you, but what is life if we can't learn a new language? I'm equally ready to learn India. Diane is in class. So we have Blandine is in class, Victory is in class, Vivian is in class, Diane is in class. Okay. We are having 4 students in class, now 3. Somebody went out again. Please ask the students to join the live. If we delay today, we might not be able to be fortunate to have the good network until the time that elapses. We know we could not complete the class yesterday because of network. So please, if we can start today early with the class, with the network that we have available, it will help us all.
Could you just bring back?
I don't want to hear anybody talking. Please indicate, come in. Ask the other students to come into class, please.
Jamais pas la force. Tu es comme le maïs. Quitte là-bas. Je vous dis. Je remercie les gars.
Please, if you're in class, let's start. I don't think that I'm going to wait for people that are still waiting. We had this class since yesterday, and we have been planning for this live since morning. And I indicated to everybody that the class will be starting by 8. So if somebody's still not here, then I think that they just choose not to be here. Yesterday, it was unprepared, and we had to delay because the class coordinator delayed in sending his own live, so we had to create another. But for now, I don't think there was any delirium since this live started since morning. So we are going to start. Please, those that are in class indicate. I have one person. I'm seeing just one person on here. Blandine, are you in class? Vivian. Please indicate to the group that others should join the live, please.
Give me that name. Let me give you a... Lie. No, I not see me.
Please, as you're joining, just leave a message so I can greet. Yes, Vivian is in class. Vivian is the first person to indicate that she's in class. We have 7 people that I can see up. Please indicate. 3 are gone. We have 4 left. Can we start? It is difficult to carry everybody along. Sometimes some people just have to stay back so that they can learn the hard way. Can we start?
Yes, ma'am. Let us start. Of that kitchen board.
Can we start the class, please? Are you getting me? Am I audible enough?
Yes, madam.
Drop this, balance this way and drop it out. Yes, Madam Victory said we could start. I'll start with anyone that is on. I don't have that time to waste today. I slept yesterday at 11. And since I'm starting with all right. So do we start the multiple choice question from question 1? Or where did we end yesterday? We ended on question number 5. Which of the following is a risk factor for osteoporosis? Stop that. Why are you keeping that there?
I'm just putting it so I should be up.
Okay. Victory. What or which of the following is a risk factor for osteoporosis? What is a risk factor for osteoporosis? So for somebody that is having dense, weakened bone, what can cause that? What is a risk factor for somebody who has weakened bones? Victory, are you still in class? Vivian, are you in class? Lack of calcium. Yes, that is correct. Low consumption of calcium can cause somebody to have weakened bones because we need calcium to fortify and strengthen the bones. Equally, somebody that is suffering from infection. Yeah, but I will take, yes, infection, accidents, yes, for somebody that has spinal cord injury can lead to paralysis. Any other thing? Any other answer? Yeah, so we have the questions, the answers here. We have A, which says that low calcium intake. B, that says lack of physical activities. C, smoking. And D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. As much as the individual has problems with smoking, have a low intake of calcium, and has zero or no physical activities, the individual has a high rate of having problems or mobility problems. Is that understood? Yes, lack of vitamin D. Because if you, the vitamin D is the minerals that is needed, is a vitamin that is needed for the uptake of calcium. So with the lack of vitamin D, calcium cannot be reabsorbed into the system. Hence, there is going to be lack of calcium for the fortification of the bones, which will lead to weakened bones. That is correct, Victory. Question number 6. Which of the following is a type of malnutrition? Give me the following, the types of malnutrition. Which of the following is a type of malnutrition? Give me the different types of malnutrition. Marasmus and kwashiorkor. Very correct, Chika. Welcome to class. You were not in class when it started. Somebody else, please. Good evening, my dear. Good evening, madam. Yes, Victory says marasmus and kwashiorkor. Clotilda, welcome to class. You were not in class when we started. Correct. Marasmus and kwashiorkor. So we have 1, 2, 3 individuals with the right answer. So I'll read the answers out. We have A, kwashiorkor, B, marasmus, C, A and B are correct, and D, hypertension. What is the right answer? The answer is C. Correct, Chika. The answer is C. A and B are correct. Hypertension, which is D, is not a form of malnutrition. It's a cardiovascular problem. Question number 7. Which of the following is a symptom of protein malnutrition? Which of the following is a symptom of protein malnutrition? You are correct, Clotilda. A and B are correct, and that is why the answer is C, because C says A and B are correct. So question number 7, which of the following is a symptom of protein malnutrition? Give the different symptoms for protein malnutrition. Symptom number 1. Blandine, give the symptom for protein malnutrition. I hear you, Vivian. I hear you. We are now on question 7. You guys are all correct. We are now on question 7. Which of the following is a symptom of protein malnutrition? So list the different symptoms of protein malnutrition while putting in mind the differential diagnosis for Kwashiorkor and the differential diagnosis for marasmus. Diane, what is the differential diagnosis for Kwashiorkor?
Don't touch me. I'll kick your head.
Diane, what is the differential diagnosis for Kwashiorkor? Why Victory? Give me the differential diagnosis for marasmus. Clotilda, Blantina, Vivian, give me the remaining signs and symptoms for protein malnutrition. When it comes to disease diagnosis, if you are not capable of identifying the differential diagnosis of a disease condition, you might not be able to diagnose that disease. Because even though there are 10,000 of different disease conditions that we have, each and every disease condition has a particular sign or symptoms that pertains to that particular disease condition. And until you are able to understand, and each time you want to study, always go through and find out which of the disease condition, which of the signs or the symptom is a differential diagnosis, so that you get to stand out when you find or when you see a patient. Because if you cannot stand out, you are going to fumble and you are not going to be able to identify one disease from the other. Because most of the disease conditions have a general signs and symptoms that generates from one system to the next system. But each and every disease has that one disease condition, that one symptom that pertains to that particular disease. And that is why you must know. Chika says dry Bristol hair, gluttony stomach, and something. Chika, send the comment, send the answer again down. It has gone up. Muzzle wasting. Diane, what were you giving? Were you giving me a differential diagnosis for Kwashiorkor? I have Vivian, loss of body weight for protein malnutrition. Loss of body weight for protein malnutrition in Kwashiorkor. You are correct. We have muscle wasting as a differential diagnosis for marasmus. Chika says bloating stomach, dry hair. Yes, you are correct. I asked somebody to give me a differential diagnosis of Kwashiorkor. Okay, that is Victory. Differential diagnosis of marasmus is Kwashiorkor. Victory, what do you mean by the differential diagnosis of marasmus is Kwashiorkor? Diane, marasmus. Okay. Chika, dry Bristol hair, bloating stomach, and ascites. Correct. So, Chika is giving the signs and symptoms for somebody that is suffering from Kwashiorkor. So we are either going to have the distended stomach that equally can be associated with edema, swelling of the lower extremities. That is a differential diagnosis for Kwashiorkor. Victory, take note. When we are talking about Kwashiorkor, first of all, your term for differential diagnosis is wrong. You do not take a disease condition to differentiate. The differential diagnosis for Kwashiorkor is not marasmus. When they are talking about a differential diagnosis, they are simply asking you to identify that one sign or symptoms that will make somebody confirm that is the disease condition you are talking about. So if I ask you to give me a differential diagnosis for malaria, then I am looking at you to tell me cheese, because malaria and typhoid have the same signs and symptoms, but for the fact that for somebody that is suffering from malaria, the person will be having cheese, and there is no cheese symptoms or episodes of cheese in somebody that is suffering from typhoid. Victory, is that understood? So when we talk about kwashiorkor, an individual that is suffering from kwashiorkor would experience ascites or bloating stomach, as well as oedema. We have bristle hair and tiny legs and a neck that is as small as my pen. However, for somebody that is suffering from marasmus, we have complete muscle wasting, because for kwashiorkor, the individual is suffering from protein malnutrition, while there is probably an excess of carbohydrate consumption. But for marasmus, there is lack of protein, carbohydrate, and fats. Victory, is that understood? Please go back, share this live to class. Ask people, ask your mates to come to class. I know, I guess the other people just respected the fact that the class was meant for a particular group of people, so they went out. There were a lot of Indians and Chinese in class. They have gone. Probably Madam's English is equally too much for them. Are we in class? Victory, have you stepped out or you're in class? Was that understood? Please confirm so we move to the next question. I keep insisting about marasmus and kwashiorkor because there was a lot of students that failed that question for the first semester. You don't want to fail it for the second semester. All right, Victory said it's understood. Is there any other person with doubts? I guess only Victory had a problem with the answers. The others got their answers correctly. So let's go ahead. Question number 8. Sorry, madam. My network is... Sorry, madam. My network is back. Muscle wasting. Yes, Blanzine, muscle wasting. You are correct. All right, so since everyone is on the same line with me, let's move ahead. Question number 8. Which of the following is a complication for obesity? Please give the different complications for obesity. All right, Clotilda, I get you. Yes, madam, is understood. All right, Victory. Please give the different complications of obesity. Which malnutrition does obesity falls under? Chika, where are you? Is Chika in class? Edema, fatigue, and weakness. Complications of obesity. Blantin, your complications. Are you still answering question number 7 or you're answering the new question number 8? Heart disease. Correct. Complications for obesity. The first thing that you should be talking about is heart disease, because when these individuals have grown so big that they can't move a leg, they are afraid to die, because first off, they already have a lot of complications that partakes to the heart. Now, we'll be talking about accumulation of fatty tissues around the heart that might restrain its normal pumping ability, as well as we can equally be looking at a lot of accumulation around the liver. Here we'll be talking about the fatty liver disease that we saw yesterday. We can equally be talking about the lining of the arteries with fats, which is known as arteriosclerosis, and this can equally cause an occlusion of a blood vessel or an artery that is going to the heart or going to the brain, and this might lead to what? If there is an occlusion that is going to the heart, what do we have? And what disease condition can the patient experience? And if there's an occlusion going to the brain, what is the patient going to have as complications of that? I'm waiting for the answer for that question. Yes, I hear you, Victory. You said diabetes. That is correct, because excessive consumption of junk food might lead to too much or a lot of circulation of sugar in the system, which hence will be causing the pancreas to overwork themselves producing insulin for the conversion of the excessive glucose into glycogen. And because the pancreas are continuously producing insulin, it will get tired and weigh out. Hence, this individual will be faced with the problems of going into diabetes because of excessive supply or excessive circulation of sugar in the bloodstream. Okay, I have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Yes, we are talking about high blood pressure or high cholesterol. Because of, I will take high blood pressure first, because of how high or how much the heart is lined with the fatty tissues. The pumping actions of the heart is now required it to pump blood with high volume or high force, because the fat that is deposited around the heart is restricting it from normally pumping and relaxing as it used to be. So now there is something that is blocking it, and the individual is forced to now go into hypertension because the heart is forced to pump blood at a very high pressure. Stroke, correct. Now, if the individual's main bloodstream to the brain is blocked because of fatty tissues that are aligning the arteries or the veins supplying blood to the brain, the individual is liable to have stroke. This is a situation whereby somebody will say, collapse and die. There is nothing like somebody was completely fine and then the next day the person is dead. No. The person was sick. The difference is it was not diagnosed because the individual has probably been too busy to realize that they are sick. Many people move around with their hypertension. Many people move around with diabetes. Many people move around with different types of disease condition that because they are too occupied to even give themselves that period of vulnerability to realize that there is something wrong with their body, or they are too busy, or they are too busy to have to give few seconds to go to the hospital and get themselves checked. So it only happens that some fateful day the individual goes to the washroom, and because of one thing which leads to the other, the person collapsed inside the washroom and died. And then they were like, no, he was completely healthy, there was no problem, he had nothing, there was no cough, nothing. There is never nothing. Something happened, and that thing happened. It did not just start today, it has been there. The only difference is it was never diagnosed. So when you go up and you are moving and taking care of other patients, make sure that your parents are home, they are healthy. They should get themselves checked often. All right. Clotilda says question number 7. What happens to question number 7, Clotilda? There's something you do not understand. Clotilda, you said question number 7. What happens to it? Hello, are you getting me? Who is in class? If you are in class, if you're just joining in, welcome. This is a science class for the nursing students. Yesterday I did a class, I put it on private mode, but today I had made it public. So yes, I know people will once in a while step in. That is why we having it the way it is. Clotilda, you said question 7. What happens to it? I'm waiting for your response. Is that understood? Chika, are you in class? Diane. Are you in class? Please indicate so that I know those that are in class. We're having question number 8, which says that which of the following is a complication of obesity? We have A, heart disease, B, stroke, C, diabetes, and D, all of the above. What is the answer, please? Be fast. What is the answer? Number 1 says heart disease. Number 2 says stroke. C says diabetes. And D says all of the above. Can we move to the next question? Question number 9. Which of the following is a risk factor for eating disorder? A, low self-esteem. Chika, you're correct. The answer is D. All of the above. Vivian, you're correct. The answer is D. Blandine, correct. The answer is D. So let's go to question number 9. Which of the following is a risk factor for eating disorder? Which of the following is a risk factor for eating disorder? We have A, low self-esteem, B, superiority, C, riches, and D, all of the above. What is the risk factor for an eating disorder? What are the risk factors for an eating disorder? List some of the risk factors for eating disorders. I guess the network is slow. That is why some of the answers are coming late. So I'll be patient, okay? I know the network might be disturbing somewhere, but my network is not. My network is very good. Family history of eating disorder and low self-esteem. Annabelle, welcome to class. You are just joining now. Yes, your answer is correct. We have a history of eating disorder and low self-esteem. Somebody that do not feel confident in themselves. Someone who feels like every other person is better but them. Somebody who feels like it is best for them to die instead of being alive. They always find themselves seeking pleasure or disliking food for one reason or the other. Because eating disorder is not just about bulimia or nervosa, it is equally about obesity. Unlike others rejecting starving themselves or vomiting or taking of laxative just in order to keep the perfectionist, we equally have somebody on the other hand of the side who keeps eating and eating and eating so as to compensate the low self-esteem that they have. Madam, please repeat the question. All right, Victory. The question says that, question number 1, number 9, which of the following is a risk factor for eating disorder? Genetic and family history. Correct, Blantin. Many people find themselves being in that condition simply because they are unable to control it. That is why before you condemn somebody, you should please take few minutes to hear their story first. and know if it is out of their own will or they are just suffering from something they know nothing about. Never be the first to cast the stone. It might come back to you. Chika says stress, low self-esteem, abuse, and social influence. You're perfect. All four correct. Vivian says stress. And Lucon says the answer is A. Yes, the answer is A, which is low self-esteem. That is the only right answer there. The B says superiority. No, the answer is not superiority. C says riches. Riches cannot make you do all that. The other person D says all of the above. So the answer is A, low self-esteem. All right, that is understood. Let's go to question number 10. Which of the following is a type of eating disorder? Now name the different types of eating disorder. Name the different types of eating disorder. Victory says anorexia nervosa, bulimia, and Victory has named 3. Any other person adding to what Victory has given? Gustav decided not to attend the class today. Afos did not equally attend the class today. All right, only one person has responded. I have 6 people on live now. Please. The network is breaking, madam. I know, Chika. I know. I'll be patient, okay? I know it has broken for me 2 times or 3 times too. So I will be patient. The question is, which are the types of eating disorders? If you are joining the live for your very first time, I say welcome. You're welcome, Victory. Your answers are correct. You can leave a comment so that I can send you a good evening personally. That is if your name can be read, if your name is in English. Chika, are you able to get network? Anorexia nervosa, bulimia. Okay, which one is... Okay, binge eating disorder. All right, that is correct. So I'll read the answers. If I have 2 people giving me the correct answers, I'm sorry that the network might not be good for everyone. So don't give up. becoming a good nurse and being able to assist in the healthcare setting and making sure everyone is okay takes a lot of sacrifice. And this is part of the sacrifice that you need to take. Blandine says restrictive food intake. Blandine, which of the eating disorder is characterized with the restriction of food intake? Blandine, the question is for you. Blandine, which of the disease condition, which of the food eating disorder is characterized with the restriction of food intake? I need that answer. Any other person indicate so that Blandine gets to understand why I'm rejecting her answer. Because she is giving me a symptom and not the disease condition. Blandine, are you still here? Madam, I think it's authored by eating only healthy food. No, that is not what Blandine is saying. Blandine says the restrictive food intake, restriction of food intake. Correct, Annabelle. The answer is agnorasia nervosa. That is when the individual goes on fasting without prayers. So we are looking at agnorasia nervosa and not orthodox. Orthoresia only comes in when somebody is strict in being a vegetarian or is strict on eating lactose or glucose or whatever free food. You have a particular thing you don't want to eat. I don't eat nyamangoro, so maybe at that point I have some kind of self-respect for myself. I don't eat it. If you like, spice it in heaven. I will not eat it. Madam, is characterized by a persistent avoidance. Yes. Blanzy, what is characterized by a persistent avoidance? Avoidance of what? Please write completely so that I can understand. It is agnorasia nervosa. Correct, George. George, you were not in class yesterday and you are just coming in. What is happening with you, George? Come and give me your explanations why you were not in class yesterday. Kelly, you are just entering class now. You were late too yesterday. Anorexia, bulimia, and a birch eating disorder. You are correct. Blandine says, yes, madam. All right. Are you saying yes, you understood the fact that it is anorexia nervosa? Because anorexia nervosa is characterized by fear of gaining weight and the individual completely avoids food. Bulimia comes in as a result of somebody who loves to eat, yet they don't want to get fat. Hence, when they eat, they go and they get laxative, or when they eat, they go and help themselves to vomit. Why orthorexia? It is a situation whereby someone is strict on the type of diet that they want to take. If they don't want to eat junk food, there is nothing you can do for that individual to eat junk food, even if that is the last thing that is on planet Earth. So that is someone that is suffering from orthorexia. And then for Olimboti. Olimboti is a situation whereby the individual eats too much and then goes and vomit. I have You have been there since the class started, but you are just commenting now. But that is okay. It can happen that you fail 4, 5, or 10, or 6, or 7. But for the case study, you know that if you have the case study answer wrong, everything is wrong. No, it's not the same. Cynthia, you're just coming to class now. Good evening, madam. I'm just peeping. Be peeping. You're just peeping. You are now network. No, Victory. It is not the same thing. Gustav explained this in class yesterday. George, explain to Victory what is... It is Limboti, not Limbodi. Are we there? Are we in class? Can we continue? All right, let's go to the next question. Hoping everybody understood what I'm saying. So question number 10, who says that which of the following is a type of eating disorder? We have A, anorexia, B, bulimia, and C, Olimboti disorders, eating disorder. D, all of the above. What is the answer? Please, madam, can you explain again what is? Even if I explain to tomorrow. The answer is D, all of the above. Please. All right. All the answers are correct. Any question, please? Cynthia, why are you laughing? You are peeping and you are laughing at the same time. What are the symptoms of anorexia nervosa? List the symptoms of anorexia nervosa. Signs and symptoms of anorexia nervosa, please. Diane, Kelly, Blantin. Who is in class? Yes, loss of weight, correct, Victory. Fatigue. Yes, the individual will be tired. If you are not eating, you are not expecting to be productive.